So let's say he grabs like this, right? And he grabs on, and I go like this. 1, 2, 3. Or I do the big elbow, back fist, or whatever I'm doing. Like, there's a million of those. You see them all over the place. Well, that's great. You know why? Because he's standing here like this, just holding on and out with no aggression, not doing anything. Who comes up and grabs you like that? Have you ever seen a fight where someone comes up to you and goes, and stays there? What's going to happen when people grab you is they're going to either push you, pull you, or hit you. They're not just going to sit there and hold on. And the problem with those techniques is they're reliant on the fact that that guy is stationary. What happens is when he pushes me, though, and he starts getting me off balance, this stuff doesn't work because my center of mass is going this way, and it's wrong. So what you have to learn when you get grabbed is instead of going to some technique you think you're going to do, the first things first is you have to get free. You have to use your mass to get free so you can come into positions to damage him. If he grabs, he's going to punch me in the face, right? When you do these things, it's important that you get to a position and that you move so you're not standing there and getting hit over and over again. And instead of sitting here statically and letting you grab you, what you should do, be wrong. At first you want static so you get an idea of how to break grips and how to move and how to get around things. But at some point someone has to put pressure on you. You either have to push, right? Or they have to pull, right? So you have to get used to dealing with this in motion. But if you just stand there and do, have you ever seen a real fight like that? You haven't. Like, fights are ugly, right? People grab and they hit, and they're hitting you and they're trying to throw you, and you know, you don't get to sit there and do, you know, you don't. It looks good in katos. It's not really real, right? So, how about this? Instead, you have to get this out of your mind. Every time you're grabbed, instead of trying to go to a move, the first thing you should do is either A, move you, move them a little bit so they're off balance, or C, whack them right away so that they can't keep grabbing you. But the setups are the important part, right? If I try to flail right from here, I'm in his center, but if I move to a position, now I can hit and hurt him, it's better. If he's got me like this one, like I showed earlier, right? If I'm sitting here fighting with this, like if you've ever had a large man grab you like this, these don't come off like this. You gotta create something to break them off your neck so that you can do your work. Don't focus on the techniques. Focus on breaking his structure first. Do you see how he's in a position of weakness now? Now you can do whatever technique you want to do, it's fine. But you want to break them when they're weak, not when they're strong. So play around with it. Let people grab you, and as your first move, wherever they grab you, try and see how you can move them. Try and see how you can off balance them. Try and see how you can move them around before you hit them. And I think your life will get better.